Can you imagine generating a $1.8 million lead and negotiating a six-figure payday absolutely for free? Well, you don't have to imagine anymore. Stick around. We're going to show you exactly how we did it. And the best part is you don't have to take my word for it. You're going to get to hear all the calls live. Stay tuned.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
This is the Virtual Real Estate Investor Podcast with Vincent Polisi. Buckle your seatbelt and prepare to learn how to legally make six figures investing in real estate with no money, no credit check, and nothing but a computer and internet connection. Learn how you too can begin generating buyers and sellers for free today. And why you're only 2 calls away from making a $10,000 or more payday while never leaving the comfort of your home. And now, your host, the virtual real estate investor, Vincent Polisi.
All right, Investor Nation, as promised, we are not going to just be discussing theory and methodology. We're going to take you behind the curtains and let you listen in live to actual calls on real deals. So you can see exactly how what I show you how to do works in real life. So in the next 3 podcast episodes, we're going to cover 3 actual live recorded phone calls of a real deal where a $1.8 million deal was generated. The lead came in for free from Craigslist. If you can believe it, the property was owned by a Major League Baseball player. And you're going to actually get to hear the conversation from the joint venture partner that I was working with that was following my model, hear how he generated the lead himself, then the subsequent steps that we took, the phone call with the Major League Baseball player, and then the subsequent phone call with his financial advisor, where you'll get to hear live how a 6-figure payday gets negotiated. Now, it's important to note that in following the methods that I discuss in this podcast, that this is obviously a very, very high-end deal. This is a little more complex than the average vanilla $1 million and under deal, $300,000 deal. You're dealing with multiple layers here because you have not only a seller, but then he invokes what's called the appealing to the higher authority clause and defers the decision-making to his financial advisor, which is common because most professional athletes will have what's called a gatekeeper, somebody that you have to get through because of all of the fraud associated with professional athletes. They're athletes, they're not financial gurus. So they typically will defer to an attorney or a financial advisor for anything related to their finances, the law, their house, etc. I've done tons of mortgages for professional athletes over the years, so I've gotten used to this and how to deal with these people and how to handle it. But what you'll get to hear is the actual conversation before we even knew who he was or that he was a Major League Baseball player. You'll get to hear what happens when he hits me with the appealing to the higher authority clause, and that basically is, well, I need to talk to my financial advisor. And the way that was handled was, well, let's get him on the phone right now. You'll get to hear all that. And then you'll get to hear the actual call with the financial advisor, so you can see how I bob and weave through the entire conversation to get the deal negotiated, to get a contract where we had set ourselves up for a 6-figure payday. Now, this is about as complex as it gets. You'll get to hear it. You'll see exactly how easy it really is, despite the complexities. But all of this was over the phone. All of this was done completely virtually. Never met anybody, never saw a house, and you're going to get to hear it live. So here we go.
And now, without further delay, it's unquestionably everyone's favorite segment of the Virtual Real Estate Investor Podcast with Vincent Polisi. It's time for an extra large dose of total transparency. As you listen to Vincent live and in the trenches dodging bullets and grenades, while he's closing real buyers and sellers over the phone.
Hello, Vincent.
What's happening, wild man?
Oh, not too much. I'm actually standing out in the parking lot at Miller Park getting ready for a Brewer game with a bunch of other investors, to be honest with you.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so hopefully it'll be a decent day. But I wanted to take the time to, thank you personally for the stuff that you've been making available to everyone. I just think that's absolutely a great thing that you put the information out there for people to to take and use, and if they apply it, it's like you said, you can show the horse to the water, but you can't make them drink it.
Yep.
And I told you that I the reason I just happened to see a comment that you had posted that day about somebody complaining about their market, and I just personally I agree with you. I find it ridiculous that people find things like that because it's nothing more than an excuse. So that was my promise that I it just kind of struck a chord with me when I seen your comment. So that's why I told you, I wouldn't complain about my market, and I would do what was basically asked.
Okay.
So I went ahead and I applied, the 10-minute task and so forth, and lo and behold, I had a gentleman call me back, and I went through the process with him, explained, kind of what we did. And it was actually a very easy conversation. He didn't really ask any type of technical questions whatsoever. More or less what it was we were looking to do. I explained to him, basically rent for a few years, look to purchase afterwards. And he said, let's go with it. And asked me to get the stuff put together and send him over the contract. I told him it would be coming via DocuSign. He would click nothing more than a button to sign it. And he said, let's go ahead and do it. So I got, I believe, all the information that we would require to get the paperwork put together and get that over to him. And so obviously I was calling to see, I guess, how you typically would normally, handle this situation, what you've been doing with others, or how you'd like to handle it.
Yeah, just email me. Here's what I'll do. This is what I've been doing. Because do you have a corporation yourself?
I have an LLC myself.
Okay. Do you have DocuSign?
I do not have DocuSign.
All right, that's fine. Just send me all the details I need. His name, property address, the price and payment, and I can take it from there. And what I'll do is I can have a contract put together here in a few minutes, and then fire it out to him via DocuSign. You just need to let him know it's coming from me.
I can do that.
And then, because he won't understand, why it's coming from somebody else.
Yep.
So just let him know it's coming from me, and just be sure to tell him. It's you need to explain. It's a very dumbed down contract. It's non-exclusive. The objective is not to hamstring him. Where's the house? By the way, it's not
You're in
Milwaukee,
Scottsdale, right?
Yeah.
It's in Peoria, Arizona.
Let me see where that's at.
So I don't know how far that is in reference to you, but your same state nonetheless. I think Peoria is by Phoenix?
Oh yeah, it's right there. It's in Phoenix, man. It's like, I don't know if you don't live in a metro, you don't understand how these things work. It's like, it's all part of the one big conglomerate city. So yeah, I've been to Peoria. I've been to and through Peoria half a dozen times. It's over there by Sun City. It's actually close to where the Arizona Cardinal Stadium is.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, and I did that. I explained to them that it is a real dumbed down, simple contract, so it's not convoluted, so people understand what they're getting into. I told him that it was non-exclusive. He's aware of that. He's kind of in a similar situation. It is listed, but I had touched on it with him with it being listed. He said he's in a contract with an agent that's a friend, is more than willing to release him from his contract, kind of an option if he brought the buyer along. He could sell it, so he's free that way. He's ready to go, man. It seems all legit. I pulled up his property tax records. He's owner of record. He's got it listed for 1.8 right now.
No kidding.
Yeah, he's
give me the address. Let me pull it up. I may go buy the house myself, man.
Yeah, I ain't pulling no strings here. This is all legit, man. I pulled him up on your tax records. He's on owner. I seen the deed, everything. He's ready to go.
Okay.
I'll give you the address. I'll give you the information now if you want it.
Yeah, are you able to email it all to me in one email?
I can send it over to you. Probably just be a fax, or not fax, but just a message on Facebook. Because like I said, I'm out here in the parking lot. I got all this information on a little notepad. I'll just plug it into a message and I'll shoot it on over to you.
All right, perfect. And then I'll get that out and I'll let you know when he signs it. I get notified in DocuSign when they open it up, so we'll know when he's had it. And then
sure, so I'll get you his name. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah. No, and then we'll get it over. And when it comes over, we need to get photographs. We'll have to get interior and exterior photographs. And then how are we?
You'll see it. He's got shitloads of photos, YouTube videos. I mean, this place it's immaculate. It's nice.
Got it. Okay. And then we'll have to get access. How are we showing the house? Is it on a combination code or lockbox? That's my preference. Or is somebody living in the house?
To be honest with you, that I do not know and did not cross.
Okay.
I'm just being honest with you. I tried to grasp everything I could, basically, from listening to phone calls, and that's about it. Just being honest with you.
That's okay. No, you did great, man. If you can get somebody on a $1.8 million deal, that's awesome. I mean,
yeah, that's kind of what I was feeling. And there's another one that's listed right, let's see, like 2 houses down. It's a 8, 9.5, 12,000 square feet, and that's going right now active for $4 million. So I mean, there's nice property in the area there.
Yeah, it's hard to believe something that expensive in Peoria. You'd think something like that would be in Paradise Valley. That's okay.
Yeah,
all right, just send it to me.
You want his name, the address of the property, obviously the email. I have the rent value. He wants to do appraised value at time of sale, and he wants a floor price of 1.9. Just put all that in a message and get it over to you.
That's it.
All right, I'll get it all over to you. You should have it within the next 10 minutes.
All right, 10-4, man. Enjoy the game.
I appreciate your time, and have a great day, Vincent.
Hey, my pleasure. You too.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Hey, what's up, investors? John Lee Dumas here, founder and host of Entrepreneur on Fire, awarded Best of iTunes 2013, and you're listening to the Virtual Real Estate Investor Podcast with my man, Vincent Polisi. Prepare to ignite.
Okay, so what you just heard was the actual first phone call I got regarding this property and this particular deal. What this is a gentleman that had followed along with my 10-minute task, which essentially shows people how to very easily and quickly generate free leads on Craigslist, which he did. And he swung for the fences and went after a $1.8 million house. And you're going to get to listen to how that worked out in the next 2 podcast episodes. So stay tuned and check those out, because the next episode has the Major League Baseball player.
You've been listening to the Virtual Real Estate Investor Podcast with Vincent Polisi. If you've enjoyed this podcast, be sure to connect with Vincent at virtualrealestateinvestor.org, Facebook at facebook.com/virtual real estate investor, or at Vincent's private Facebook group at facebook.com/groups/virtual real estate investor.